Hi there, welcome to another educational video documenting my Web3 expeditions. In this video, we're going to be talking of Paradex for those interested in a prospective airdrop of value. I believe Paradex will be one of them. Okay, so the name of the token is going to be Dime. I just saw a notice at the top. There is now a definite airdrop. Season 2 is currently running for earning XP. And I don't believe that there are so many participants, when you compare it to, let's say the Berachain airdrop or even Hyperliquid. So on that basis, even for those who are worried about large equity when it comes to perp dexes, perpetual dexes, this is definitely for you. Now, I don't have my main PC available at the moment, so I've decided to use a test wallet for this video. Otherwise, I would have shown you my performance on the basis of my small equity. Even though I don't have a large equity, I'm quite highly ranked. I'm ranked maybe top 1000 or so, telling me that it's possible for you who has minimal equity to participate in this towards an airdrop. Of course, you also use this for your productivity. There are people who are best with predicting price movement, than the typical spot trading. You have the opportunity of trading on here up to a 50x leverage. And interesting about Paradex is it has a token list that you will not find anywhere, especially when you're talking meme coins. So you will see Trump, for example, which is a meme coin, is here listed. There's also WIF, there's also SU, a wide range of token options. Now, Paradex is built on a StarkNet layer 2. But the process of onboarding and getting started is as simple as can be. We will touch on that in the course of this video. Now, but before we start, let's look at some data. Because if you want to compare this airdrop situation, you would compare it to Hyperliquid. We all know how far Hyperliquid has reached in terms of valuation, even though it had a large airdrop consisting of 33% or so of its supply. Okay, it was a massive airdrop for many. The valuation of the token has continued to rise. At currently it's around 8 billion market cap, FDV 24 billion, a very huge project. Now, of course, while Hyperliquid is a leverage trading platform similar to Paradex, and again, it has its own native chain, which I believe Paradex will eventually have. There are some comparisons there based, as you would see in this tweet. Now, this tweet is by Nansen, and it tells you of the tangibility of Paradex, considering that Nansen has covered them. Now, Nansen, we all know how their history within the Web3 space, their coverage and level of partnership. It's a big project. I'll touch on Nansen as well as a tool within the course of this video just after this tweet. So here it says Paradex is gearing up to take on Hyperliquid in the PerpDex space, but is it a real contender or just another airdrop farm? Now the question is answered in the later part of the tweet, where it says Hyperliquid's Hypes token reached $35 post airdrop and still holds strong at $24. Community first tokenomics led to better retention and price stability. Paradex is now trying to replicate that success, but can it? So here is Paradex versus Hyperliquid tokenomics. If we are to expand this, 20% airdrop at TGE versus Hyperliquid's 31%. So there is some similarity there. A large portion of the supply is going towards the airdrop. Now, 13.5% of the Paradex tokens unlocked for Paradigm shareholders at TGE. Now, I'll have to research what this is referencing. Okay, so we'll not focus on that now, but I'll be asking questions about, perhaps it's possible to still be a Paradigm shareholder It's maybe referencing a particular token. Okay, then core contributors unlock is 80% performance based, which could drive adoption. Okay. Now, this we will also look into this aspect. This may not be fully established because I saw a portion of their documentation that basically gives you a hint on what to do towards uh, towards the airdrop. It's quite performance based, but we'll look at that document. Now, Paradex is a StarkNet based L2 aiming for decentralization. Hyperliquid is a custom built L1 with deeper liquidity. Paradex have better fees for retail traders. Hyperliquid better for high volume players. XP system rewards traders for volume and engagement. Retail traders get let's leave that. Adoption. Hyperliquid is 17x larger than Paradex. Okay, daily perp volume on Hyperliquid is 6.2 billion. At the moment for Paradex is 112 million. So anyway, you see room for growth when you compare Paradex and Hyperliquid. You know, even if it captures just a percentage of the prospective growth, it will turn out a huge airdrop, likely a huge project, likely a huge airdrop. Now, that said, how do you get started? By the way, I want to highlight Nansen. If you didn't know, Nansen is going to have an airdrop. Now, you may not know about that. So, if you've not started with Nansen, you know, especially for those who missed the Kaito airdrop, get started. It's performance based, or, you know, the more you use Nansen, the better when it comes to earning points. But most especially if you subscribe to higher tiers, then your airdrop is likely to be bigger than those who using the free version. The free version doesn't give you all the features, you know, so productively you're limited. Productivity wise, you're limited when you're using the free version. So check it out. I have an invite for Nansen, and if you were to subscribe to a tier, you will be getting a 10% discount in general, any tier you choose. But at a basic level, you can use it for free. Okay, now, just a moment. Now, very quickly, let's get started with the airdrop for Paradex and how to approach it. Just a moment. Okay, so now when you log in for the first time, what happens is you'll be connecting with your MetaMask wallet. Then it will generate a StarkNet L2 related wallet that is synced with your MetaMask wallet. It's a very simple process, zero cost. Now you are met with this portal here. The next thing you want to do is to deposit. You will see why in a bit. Let's just tackle the deposit aspect. So you have the option of depositing from any chain featured here. A very simple process, and you can only deposit USDC. So let's say you chose base. You enter the amount. Okay, let me see if I can show. I don't have base USDC on the base chain in my wallet at the moment, but I do have a small amount of Binance, a small amount of BNB on the Binance Smart Chain. So we'll use that for the purpose of this tutorial. I'll just swap here for USDC. $0.01 09. Okay, just so that there is enough for fees. Let's put this at 1. Okay, so my deposit method will be Binance Smart Chain. I now have USDC. Let's just put $5 and so this is how you deposit basically. So you see the information required is auto populated. So this happens because I'm a first timer. Okay, so connects to Paradex. Let's just go the max amount. Existing wallet, that means that your wallet should now be prompting you to change the network to Ethereum follow. Why is this the case? Let's try this. Let's try this. Okay, so this doesn't require fees. It's just a signature. Okay, so this is basically to set up your wallet. So it's switching back to the Binance Smart Chain. Confirm the expenditure. And then bridge. Okay, so that settles the bridging aspect of things or the deposit aspect of things. And we will now have the funds available to us here. We will come back to that. Now for XP, this is the portal, and you will see that even though I have 0 XP, I'm ranked 6,729. That tells you there are not many participants, tells you you can rank highly even though you are starting in season 2 and even though you have small equity. Again, I will uncover my stats in subsequent videos. Okay, now as for XP, a hint on what you can do to earn XP. Trading and paying trading fees will suffice, providing liquidity. So that will factor in your spread, your depth, uptime, maker volume, maintaining open trading positions, meaning if you put up a trade, the length of time that the trade is open for. Depositing collateral as trading margin into Paradex Vault. So that's a passive method. Getting liquidated will also earn you XP. Inviting others as well. Trying all the features and being active in the Discord. Okay, so now for those who want to be passive in their approach, then you can target Volts. Now the interesting thing about Volts is the APR is quite big. This of course is going to fluctuate. I'm still studying what exactly you are doing when you deposit into this vault. It's possible you play the role of a fund, you know, like in perpetual trading. I don't know what they are called exactly. You know, they have a fund. They are the ones responsible for offering you leverage basically on top of your margin. So anyway, let's read this. The liquidity provider Volt powers liquidity across all Paradex perpetual markets. Okay, so you get the gist. So in contributing to this Volt, is likely that you are contributing to a pool that provides leverage to users. So if someone wants to trade with a 50x leverage, they are basically taking a loan from the fund. You know, the state of Web3, it's decentralized in nature where everyone pulls for the fund. Then they share profit. So the APR fluctuates. So you have the option of depositing here. You will see my balance here. And that's a passive approach for earning XP. Now, the size of your equity may matter in this regard, also the length of time. But if you're into trading, then you have a wide range of trading options here. BTC, very strong token. You know, if you are to predict that the price will go down, Then you go a sell situation. If you go with a 50x leverage, you're basically taking a loan. So to generate volume, assuming you want to generate, your target is volume, like some is the case with some, then with small equity of say $50, if you are trading with a 50x leverage, you are using a principal of 2,500. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to put up a trade here with the small amount I have. Let's see. Okay. So here, it doesn't look like my balance is showing up. Or is it? Let's go market. Okay, it doesn't look like my balance is showing up. So typically you would find an option to deposit directly here. But let's go to portfolio. We'll likely have to transfer to the funding account or the trading account. So this is main account, max, transfer from main to just a moment, please. Okay, just a moment. Let me click on main here. So your Paradex L2 address is not a public. Wow. I didn't expect it to be. It's supposed to be simpler than this. Let me refresh this. Okay, so it doesn't need transfer. The funds are already there. Okay, so this is my equity shown here. So let's just put up a buy order. Let's just experiment. Oh, wow. Minimum is 100 USD on BTC. So let's try Ethereum. Interesting. I think that's a change from, because on my main account, I've traded with less than 100 USD. Okay, 100. Let me reduce the leverage, leverage. Wow. So this is a recent update, but maybe favorable. I would, consider this because this will also help you in terms of volume, in terms of profit, and it prevents you from getting liquidated easily. With small equity, the the risk is higher, the risk of getting liquidated. So it's even favorable that the minimum is $100, because then per trade you'll be trading a volume of 5,000 on 50x leverage. Interesting stuff. So I'll definitely consider this even more now than before. Now if you're not interested in perpetual trading, then you can explore the volts, especially. There are some high volts here, but wow, interesting stuff. Some of the APY on these volts is high, but if you need to study each volt. This may be you copy trading the trades of others. You simply put up the margin, and then you see here that these are trades of others. So your profit here, while it shows a very high APR, is reliant on the performance of the trader. I also like this, with small equity, like in my case, I'll favor this because you are basically trading. But you want to do some due diligence to check the historical performance of this user. Okay, so I think that will end it here. If you have questions, I will show you avenues to reach me. Just to keep the video, this is introductory. I'm doing this to introduce you to the Paradex Airdrop because I'm also working on reforming this portal here on Airdrop C so that it features 100 obtainable airdrops with publication tutorials for each. So I'm going to remove all the obsolete airdrops here, and there will be a one for Paradex, that I'll be updating over time and incorporating my videos into the publication for this. When it's ready at 100 airdrops by the end of February, I'll be sending an email out to airdrop reminder subscribers. So submit your email here and I'll be sending out 100 airdrops to you soonest. Of course, there are a bunch of other airdrops here, but it's a bit disorganized. So just check the description of the video. You will see some other related airdrops. We've touched on Nansen related to Paradex. You can also check out Hype. I'll add that in the Hyperliquid. I'll add that in the description because it will have a second airdrop. Then you can also check out Ethereal. It's similar to Paradex, but in pre-deposit phase. So check it out. I also have a video about it. And that's about it for this video. Subscribe to Web3 Wikis on all socials. Stay awesome. Take action. Also, do well to follow this Twitter account. I'll be putting everything airdrops on this account. And you can also reach me via the Telegram. You'll find the Telegram on Airdrop C. Stay awesome.